is Kathy, and today I'll be discussing the third water sign, Pisces. Pisces is the sign of the compassionate healer who is in tune with the subtle flow of the universe. These people are intensely imaginative, highly emotional, extremely sensitive, and very subjective. There is an unearthly quality to the Piscean nature. The Piscean personality is filled with fantasies, illusions, compassion, and sympathies. They are highly changeable and fluid, fanciful and ready to flow in any direction. Because of their great sensitivity, the Piscean nature is highly psychic, subjective, and lost in the ideal world of their dreams. Pisces has the ability to connect intuitively with and reflect everything around them with a compassion that is of great spiritual depth and truth. Here we find the healer who can merge with the suffering of others while being able to help that person to move into a higher state of consciousness and a deeper connection with the divine within themselves through the experience of the Piscean's capacity to express pure, unselfish, and unconditional love. There is always something more than meets the eye with Pisceans. These people are both born with a natural talent for acting, which most Pisces are usually not aware of. Now, how this works is that the Pisces person is so sensitive to the personalities of the people that surround them that they begin to reflect bits and pieces of this back. It's a kind of psychic blending that occurs. The Piscean begins to exhibit characteristics of the people that are surrounding them. One day, Pisces will seem to have these qualities. The next day, they're around other people and will be exhibiting different qualities. To non-Pisces people, this can be very confusing because it seems like the Pisces individual is many different people all rolled into one person. The true nature of the Pisces person, behind all of this apparent changeability, is of a deeply loving and compassionate person that is forever looking to sacrifice themselves for the spiritual joy of uplifting someone else, and on a mundane level, the joy of simply making others happy. It is all about creating the emotional atmosphere of love. Pisces would like nothing more than to spend their entire lives swimming in a sea of intense spiritual love, where the highest aspirations of love for all of humankind are expressed by everyone. In such an ideal world, there would be no need to protect themselves from the cruelties of anything. This is the fantasy world that Pisces aspires to and tries to create, where everything is loved and cherished as a piece of the divine whole. These lofty ideals are difficult to create when surrounded by crowds of disharmonious people. So, the Pisces person psychically flows into others and reflects back the best qualities of the person in front of them. This reflecting back the best qualities of the other causes the other person to feel good about themselves and to begin to radiate warmth and love back to the Pisces, which is what they were striving for in the first place. This is how the dynamic works. To others who do not understand this dynamic, the Pisces person will seem to be someone that they can't get an accurate grasp of. The Pisces person will seem to be constantly changing, and there just doesn't seem to be anything that remains constant, that they can say, this is who this person is. You really can't make that kind of a statement about the classic Pisces personality. Because Pisces wants to live their lives at this high vibrational level, and because the mundane world that we all inhabit is not this ideal, you'll find that the majority of Pisces people will tend to want to spend large amounts of their life in an ideal fantasy world that more closely reflects their own ideals. Pisces do not see the mundane reality of themselves clearly. Instead, they see their visions, dreams, and infinite possibilities. In their mind's eye, They can see wonderful panoramas of light, color, fantasy, and spiritual oneness with the Creator. As a result, they make marvelous artists, painters, photographers, film directors, actors, writers, musicians, counselors, healers, helpers of all kinds, and mystics. The trouble with Pisces is in how to bring all of their idealistic fantasies and possibilities down into the mundane world that we all live in. For some Pisces people, this task is too difficult, and they then succumb to substance abuses of all kinds and to escapist pleasures of all kinds in an effort to try to live in their own illusions. But for the more evolved Piscean, the sacrifices and sorrows are worth going through in order to bring their ideals down into the mundane world to enrich the lives of all. The basic Pisces personality problem is escapism. This can range from addictions of all kinds to delusions, deceptions, and simply blanking out on experiences that their minds do not want to deal with. Negative Pisces is fully capable of working at some mundane, monotonous job that offers nothing but the barest existence, and then spend the bulk of their time in a fantastically interesting and wonderful creative inner world. They made a movie many years ago called Walter Mitty. That's about the size of it, if you've ever seen that movie. It is very easy for Pisces to zone out in such situations and waste the potential of their lives doing nothing but dreaming. It is important for Pisces to learn how to get out of themselves and their dream worlds by using their innate sympathy and compassion for others to then help others. Pisces is a sign of self-sacrifice, and here again is yet another pitfall for this sign. They can end up sacrificing their lives for the benefit of others. It is important for Pisces to learn about boundaries. Pisces can be wonderful caretakers, but they can also be effective enablers. Both these types are escaping themselves through immersion themselves in the plight of another. Pisces has issues with understanding boundaries. They have this sense of no self, where the individual merges with the pain of another to the point where they lose themselves. But it's no good to sacrifice yourself. Boundaries of self need to be learned. On the positive side, the Piscean mind is like no other. The inner world of Pisces is a rich tapestry of impressions and sensations. Some are brilliantly intuitive, others simply flights of fantasy, yet all are unique in some special way. The Piscean mentality does very well in any creative field. They have the ability to see both what is actually there and an infinite range of possibilities. A positive Pisces person's intuitive faculties are so finely tuned that it is possible for them to enter fully into the experience of another, just as if it were their own subjective reality. The power of this intense emotional comprehension of another is of a superhuman magnitude. This is the most natural sign of all for emotional and psychological healing. They have the capacity to help others rise to their highest levels and to experience the freedom and unity of all things. This is how the Pisces person transforms the emotional suffering of others. Pisces understands that you don't have to be anything, yet can be everything. Pisces brings joy and magic and perfect universal love into this world, and the wondrous sense of possibilities in even the most depressing of circumstances. Pisces is a mysterious, fluid, and changeable sign that is never really at home in mundane reality. They are always quietly wanting the experience of exaltation or spiritual connection. It is this search for something more, all the infinite possibilities, that is the true essence of Pisces. Pisces believes in miracles and sees them as perfectly normal happenings. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.